Hello there, and welcome back to episode 14 and the fourth and last part of this tutorial series featuring the Coral Forest on Prestige Difficulty 2. In the last episode, we have paved our way towards victory. We aren't quite there yet, but it's looking pretty good. So all in all, in the last episode, we have cleared out this glade here, which was brim-filled with difficulties, and we have bounced back from a crisis of fuel and food. And right now, our situation is really good. We got practically everything we require, and basically, we do now have to get this into a victory. And this is still very losable, because we still have to worry about the Queen's impatience, and there's still a lot of things that could go wrong here, so let's quickly win that before it goes bad. So the first thing that I want to do here is I want to bring those packs of building materials. They are extremely costly under these circumstances, but luckily we only need 5 of them, so let's make that happen. I really don't like to build those in the makeshift post, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do. There we go. We have also opened up a monastery, and the monastery is really amazing when you have enough people to man it. It comes with the trait of the green brew, which reduces the hostility by a flat 100. This is one hostility level down, permanent. And the other thing it does bring is it gives you access to fulfilling religious and leisure desires. We haven't played too much with service buildings in this tutorial series before, so I think it's quite important to introduce that now. These become more and more important on the higher difficulty levels in the first place, so you won't see too much necessity to utilize these anyways. Right now, I am actually aiming to not open any further glades in this run. I have considered, but I realized we don't need to. Alright, so boosts global resolve by 1 for every 3 levels of standing with other settlements. We got that. Pretty good, but I'll take the grain delivery line. This way, my provisioners can now permanently produce flour. And that's awesome, because flour leads to biscuits, and biscuits lead to happiness. So there's nothing bad about that plan. So our harpies are churning out happiness. I don't even need to do anything about that anymore. It's pretty brilliant at that point. And we're basically here waiting for the newcomers. So newcomers come with parts. I like the ones with parts, so let's get them. And here yet again we need new housing, but instead of continuing our housing projects up there, I'm going to start building housing down here, because this encampment bonus with a +2 to global resolve can be nailed down per workshop. So per hearth. So I really like to do this like that. Small trappers camp has no deposits nearby. Maybe I'll need to go for another. Yeah, well, I think that might actually get me at the end of the day breaking up a new glade. Yeah, let's do this. I also unemployed all of my woodcutters in the last storm season, just like any sane person does, if it's not avoidable somehow. So we're going to open up that glade. I just realized that we would benefit from that a lot. And where's my other woodcutter? Here we go. Let's just re-employ these. There we go. So we'll produce quite some unhappiness there, but I think it will be just enough for our harpies to stay on churning out reputation. There we go. Let's favor them, since they kind of like stop to. And we do get, yeah, here we go. The building material packs are now finished. I'm emptying the storages here of the makeshift post because I don't want that to be a thing. And I'll accept that reward. And I get even more harpies into my town, which is actually grand. So let's see. We're going to get ourselves some extra housing up there. Because we got to work on our victory now. The Queen's impatience is already quite high. And that turns into a problem in the long run. So let's activate the monastery. So first of all, we do produce more happiness alone due to the lowered hostility, but also we can now process the incense that we had. Might be not that much, but it's at least something, you know. So are you kidding me? Damn. All right, so we're going to use that here. Because I want to carve open those red trees. I want the incense quite badly. Oh boy, another cage of the war beast. Oh crap. So yeah, my food stockpiles are gone now. So we already know how that works out. There's going to be a big living matter spawn there, and the living matter will eat our food. But well, it is as it is. Sadly, I didn't find any ruins to rebuild or salvage. We're going to send somebody to the large encampment there to make sure that the refugees will be sent to the citadel. And then, well, we gotta bite that bullet. So I'm going to assign all of the woodcutters here. And maybe we get lucky and we don't get too many of those thingies there. But I mean, on the bright side, we can afterwards chuck open all those things, and I mean, I can chuck open all the caches and get those rewards out of that. So I'm disabling all the woodcutters right away because the woodcutters will be now working on this little incident here. So we're going to lose all of our foodstuffs here, I guess, because we get a drain of 5 items every 10 seconds now, which is quite massive. But we also do gain a lot of reputation out of that, so I think it's going to be worth it. And we get a visit from our good friend Dullahan Warlander. So Dullahan always comes with very different things, but I just realized that he also came with luxury packs, so we need 20 luxury packs for that quest. He already comes and brings me 10. I'll take that. Also need trade goods, but we're going to see how we can bring those up. I think I just took a bad quest there. So we could sell the water skins. This is a really crappy trader for us to see there, because there's really not that much desirable stuff on his side. We could now buy one of those mystery boxes, but well, I'm not a big fan. So what kind of blueprint can we get there? Oh yeah, that's yeah. We're going to pick up the bathhouse because the cleanliness is something the Hoppies love, but actually it's one hell of a bad thing here. But all in all, it's okay. We are winning via resolve at the end of the day. That's really okay. So my scouts are idling now. Yeah, that's because they picked up a foodstuff that got eaten by the living matter. I hope they're going to be able to make that now happen. So we're going to have to use more trade routes. I just realized that I stopped trade routing. Never stop trade routing, and if you have that strategy running, it is vital for your business. There we go. So right now I'm keeping I try all I can to keep the resolve of my hobbies as high as possible because they are literally what I need. Alright, there's one Zork incoming. Zork brings food. Well, maybe we can call him next year if necessary, but right now I'm actually quite optimistic there. The stonecutters are out of business, honestly. Let's keep them out of business. Sweet God. Let's check it out. I got 448 units of stone available. I don't need any extra stone. But what we do need there are those darn harpy houses. Oh boy. Let's just hope the constructors are going to get the job done there. Okay. So we're gaining another reputation level there. I love it when you can turn up the level like that. High level of corruption is there, so it's always a good thing to just crank up the numbers then. Complete trade routes, and the storm is coming, so we better hurry and do something about that. I just want to nail down some trade routes that I can fulfill gladly, because the trade routes will change when the storm comes. So we got ourselves no more opportunity to lower the hostility, so we're going to have to pay now. So it's actually 35 bucks. It's year 7. So you see, it really goes quite costly, and we're also running low on food because the living matter ate up all my stuff, and the Harpies resolve is running low. We're going to leave it like that. All right, but the worst part is over already. All right. So living matter stops eating my food now. That's the best news so far. We can now sell off some stuff. The harvesters are out of business. Is there anything for them there to pick? So my run is, as you can see, my run is going into its last stages. I always notice that when it comes to the point where I have to ask myself where should I pick stuff up from and all these things. So we're going to set on up the scribe now, because we want to produce tools, and I'm going to produce my tools out of planks because that's actually more efficient at the end of the day. So it's, wait a sec, no it ain't. It ain't. If you are working with low quality, it's not as efficient as, damn. Oh boy. So, well, none of these buildings really do matter too much at this point anymore, because we actually got already what we need. The food scarcity, though, is going to be quite the issue for a moment, but, well, we're gonna get through that as well. So humans are growing unhappy there. At this point of the game, by the way, it does not, it is not a huge deal if there's somebody leaving town, you know? If somebody's leaving town, that's certainly not the end of your run anymore. Oh boy, we're running out of several materials there. So what we're going to do next is we're going to set ourselves up a plantation and the like. So warehouse goes down here, and we're going to set up a... Let's set up a herb garden, because actually I want those roots and the like. And let's start churning out the victory points via those caches. It really starts to grow important now. Right on! We got this. So let's put the favor back onto the Harpies. Oh, it was never down. Oh, that was probably why it was a little bit harder. So, fiber delivery line. I'm not going to talk too much about the alternatives, because fiber delivery line is just too much of a good thing to put it down. I cannot say it differently. So here, our workers are still bound with that frickin' living matter. It's just so annoying. I cannot employ enough woodcutters now because there's just too many people still bound to the living matter job. No. But luckily we got ourselves some newcomers. That's great. So let's pick up the party with more harpies again, because that gives me the opportunity to crank up the happiness even more. Or we should probably call it the harpiness. And, you know, that's just all we require. Lizards are a little bit unhappy right now, but that's most likely because of the lack of food. So we got to work on that. Alright, trade route's being completed. Churning out that money as much as possible. Oh, stop it. No, I didn't mean to. Oh, well, whatever. So I'm actually going to call Zork here. Because we really do want to have some fast delivery of these, of extra goods. At this point, we are a little bit in a dangerous situation. I do lack the items I do require, so it's still something to take care of. Luckily, our buddy Zork comes with the stuff we require to have a party, so we buy all the comfort food and we buy the beer. So as you see there, that's a lot of money that we have to pay for that, but in all honesty, it doesn't matter at this point too much anymore. We are just going to sell away all the items that we surely will not need anymore, and especially that many pots I won't need anymore. I'm keeping the amber here because I want to be able to pay my bills later, but that's going to be all I need. Alright, great. So we have now ale that'll make my humans happier, and we have comfort food for the hoppies that will make the rest of the bunch happier. So the plan here is to win now via resolve and cash. That's a solid way of winning your game. Whenever your game feels borked like this one, and this one really feels quite borked, honestly, I felt like this was one of my favorite strats to resolve those problems. And as you can see there, my harpies are churning out extreme amounts of reputation there. 0.3 per minute, and that's quite feisty. Alright, so let's sell some stone. That's a great idea. So sadly, we weren't able to fulfill the need of religion in this run by far. I really did expect more incense there, but we haven't had too much access to those red trees, and that was just all the problem, you know. So let's see, where can we get ourselves some more humans to work with? And most importantly, we have to crack open those caches. So you see 19 tools necessary per cache. Sadly, we don't have that many. Not right now, that is. Yeah, well, let's sell those packages there. But we're certainly getting there. So to alleviate that problem, we're probably going to get ourselves another woodcutter down. But technically, we are on a victory route here. But it doesn't, as you might have noticed, it's not that much of a smooth ride. It's more of a bumpy ride this time. Personally, always have these problems with this biome, honestly, because it comes with such a high unreliability on many ends, and on top of that, I felt like I really had a quite unlucky draft here at many ends. So foragers, didn't I? Oh, whoopsie! I mistook that. Oh darn. So. Yeah, as you might have noticed, my attention is maybe not the best right now. So we're employing tons of woodcutters to make sure that we get ourselves hands on the tools we require. Because tools are right now the engines of victory, you know. So next trade route incoming. And I'm pretty sure we're going to win next year. So I'm not exporting any of my metal anymore, because we totally want to process that. And let's drop the favor on the harpies. And let's see. Ah, well, I'll just give it a go. I'm pretty sure I would stand no chance whatsoever to avoid the tax anyway, so let's try our best to just weather the storm. So here we will get an entire reputation point out of that. So these large caches, they really pay off quite nicely. And yeah, here we go. So the harpies are extremely unhappy. So let's see. That's going to be okay there. The lizards will survive the rest of the storm. No problem. That's one neat thing about the lizards. They are quite the resilient bunch when it comes down to happiness. Alright. Perfectly fine with selling away bricks. Oh, one of my mines is empty. So we're going to upgrade that. Let's see. Buy a bricks. Wonderful. And I'll favor the harpies a bit to make sure that they're not going to lose their resolve over the storm. And, oh yeah, standing level quest is also done almost. It's brilliant. So let's probably try to sell something to these people as soon as possible too. Trade routes being completed. So one of these trade routes will do the trick then. So let's buy ourselves some more variety there. Oh, I'm out of provision packs. Yeah, well, we can change that. So, Hoppy Resolve plus for cosmetics, no. But Global Resolve for standing, yes please. This is so great. We already gained 2 Global Resolve this way. Brilliant. So, reputation threshold of my harpies is already fulfilled. We're going to call the dude here immediately. Yes, that is quite a risky and feisty move, but at the same time, I want to win. And I don't want to waste or lose any extra time. And right now, we do require resources to provide more happiness so desperately that I am totally down with those measures. There we go. So, Safur. Safur comes with incense. Alright, that's what I was looking for. I really actually was hoping that he'd get me that. So we don't need that much other stuff. We're going to buy cosmetics on top of that, and then it's a win. Awesome. Alright, so I'll pay these with amber, because I'm totally convinced that I'm going to win after that. And we'll have to set on up a bathhouse, of course. Top-notch priority then. And that would be a victory then. This way, the happiness of our harpies will be going through the roof, and we'll be winning that. All right. So, but this was a great episode to showcase to showcase how much margin of error there still is, even when you are under the impression that you actually got the victory already under your wing. You know. All right. So, we got ourselves some newcomers. That means we got ourselves some opportunity to trade. I want to increase my standing level with the neighbors so I can fulfill the Good Friends quest. Not that it would be that much of a big deal there, but here we go. Standing 16. And let's enable the bathhouse. Bathhouse has also a global production rate bonus and a lowering of the people leaving town timer. And now we got it. So the humans and the harpies are so happy that we don't need to do that much about it anymore. Alright, so great game, great victory. That was really a nice showcase of how you can attain victory via forcing trades a lot. Because actually that was the big win condition on this run. Was the trading. We had a lot of money only via the trading, and that's the victory. So, Coral Forest is quite a It's one of my least favorite ones, I gotta admit. Hey, we got level 7. Because it's so hard to determine how things are going. So we got ourselves a lot of victory points there, and yeah, I'm going to go back to the world map and outro this. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you now have a better impression about the challenges of that biome. Let me know what kind of biome we want to see next, and I hope you guys drop me some comments, thumbs up, and some subscriptions on that. Feel free to check out the description box with all the helpful links down there, and also check out the support links for this channel. I'd be really happy if you did, and a big thanks to all the supporters. We're going to continue with this in the next year from my perspective. See you there, and have a good one.